Hello, I'm Simon Godwin, Artistic Director of the Shakespeare Theatre Company in Washington, D.C. Hello. Over the last few weeks, there's been a wave of support for the Black Lives Matter movement, and Washington, D.C. has been one of the most active areas for demonstrations of social justice. Although our theatres have been closed for many months due to the coronavirus, we were inspired to join regional theatres across the country to be part of Open Your Lobby, an opportunity to support those protesting for justice. Over 50 volunteers, including staff, ushers, supporters and actors, joined us as we opened the doors to the Michael R. Klein Theatre at the Landsberg so that protesters could enjoy a respite from the heat and gain much needed refreshments. Thank you to everyone who donated their time and supplies. That same weekend, our friends at Design Foundry introduced us to the Denver Smith Foundation, who work to promote social change through community arts, activism and education. As part of their Create Change initiative, they covered the plywood on the windows of Sidney Harman Hall with a beautiful mural affirming that Black Lives Matter. I encourage you to learn more about the Denver Smith Foundation and the work they do providing scholarships for students attending historically black colleges and universities. In our most recent Shakespeare Hour Live, actors Dion Johnson and Liev Schreiber and director Whitney White reflected on race, love and hate in Othello. And this week the actors F. Murray Abraham, Kate McCluggage, as well as Jeffrey Horowitz, Artistic Director of Theatre for a New Audience, join me to talk about The Merchant of Venice. We have just extended Shakespeare Hour Live through to the end of July, and it continues to be free to donors and subscribers as our small thank you. So please join the conversation. The last play in Harman Hall before we had to close suddenly was The Amen Corner by James Baldwin. His words resonate deeply as we seek to understand the history of America and the urgency of the current movement. The most important job I have to do today is to introduce two brilliant and much loved actors from the Amen Corner, Faye Butler and Harriett Faye, to share his words. Thank you.
Greetings, my name is Faye Butler. I was very honored to be a member of the cast of the Amen Corner at the Shakespeare Theatre Company in Washington, D.C., under the direction of Whitney White. James Baldwin. His words are magic. They will strengthen you. They will guide you. They will answer questions, and they will make you ask questions. My favorite James Baldwin quote I found at the Smithsonian Museum of African American History in Washington, D.C. May it inspire you. The great force of history comes from the fact that we carry it within us, are unconsciously controlled by it in many ways. And history is literally present in all that we do. Thank you, James Baldwin.
Well, if one really wishes to know how justice is administered in a country, one does not question the police, the lawyers, the judges, or the protected members of the middle class. One goes to the unprotected, those precisely who need the law's protection most, and listens to their testimony. Ask any Mexican, any Puerto Rican, any black man, any poor person. Ask the wretched how they fare in the halls of justice, and then you will know. Not whether or not a country is just, but whether or not it has any love for justice or any concept of it. It is certain in any case that ignorance aligned with power is the most ferocious enemy justice can have. Mr. James Baldwin, I am not your Negro.